Judas Iscariot, the most infamous name in history. We think we know the story, the betrayer, the villain who sold his master for 30 pieces of silver. But what if there's more to the story? What if the man we've condemned for 2 millennia was more complex than we ever imagined? Stay with me as we uncover the story of Judas that you were never told. To understand Judas, we have to go back to his origins. Unlike the other 11 disciples, who were mostly Galileans, fishermen, and common folk, Judas was different. His name, Iscariot, likely means man from Kerioth, a town in southern Judea. This made him an outsider from the start, a Judean among Galileans. Judea was the heart of religious and political power, and people from there often saw themselves as more sophisticated, more zealous for the law, and more politically aware. So, what did this man from Kerioth believe? Many scholars think Judas was connected to the Zealots, a passionate political movement that sought to overthrow the Roman occupation by any means necessary. They were waiting for a warrior Messiah, a king like David who would lead a glorious rebellion and restore Israel's national sovereignty. When Judas met Jesus, he saw something powerful. He saw miracles. He heard teachings that captivated thousands, and he witnessed a man who commanded incredible authority. Judas likely thought, "This is him. This is the one who will lead the revolution." He joined the disciples, not just as a follower, but perhaps as a political operative, hoping to steer Jesus toward a confrontation with Rome. He was even entrusted with the group's money, a position of significant trust. But as time went on, a rift began to grow. Jesus spoke of a different kind of kingdom, a kingdom not of this world. He talked about loving your enemies, turning the other cheek, and paying taxes to Caesar. This was not the revolutionary talk Judas had signed up for. Notice something interesting in the Gospels. While other disciples called Jesus Lord, a term of divine reverence, Judas consistently calls him Rabbi or teacher. It's a subtle but profound difference. For Judas, Jesus was a great teacher, a potential political leader, but perhaps never the divine Son of God the other disciples came to recognize. His expectations were earthly, political. He wanted a king to fight Rome, but Jesus was a king who washed feet and spoke of sacrifice. The frustration must have been building. Imagine his perspective. This man has the power to free our people, to crush our oppressors, but he refuses to use it. The final straw came during the week leading up to the Passover. Jesus enters Jerusalem, hailed as a king, but then he cleanses the temple instead of attacking the Roman fortress. He talks about his own death instead of victory. For Judas, this was a monumental failure. His Messiah had failed him. This is where the betrayal takes shape. Was it just about the 30 pieces of silver? That was the price of an injured slave, hardly a fortune. It's more likely the money was secondary. Perhaps Judas, in a desperate, misguided attempt to force Jesus' hand, decided to create a crisis. Maybe he thought, if I arrange his arrest, he'll finally have to unleash his power. The people will rise up, the revolution will begin, and he will be forced to become the king I know he can be. It was a catastrophic miscalculation. He thought he was lighting a spark, but he was actually signing a death warrant. When Judas saw that Jesus was condemned, that there would be no uprising, no display of divine military power, the horror of his actions crashed down upon him. He didn't just betray a teacher. He realized he had condemned an innocent man. He rushed back to the priests, throwing the silver at their feet, crying, "I have sinned, for I have betrayed innocent blood." But it was too late. A machine was already in motion. Consumed by a guilt and despair so profound he couldn't bear it, Judas fled. The Bible gives 2 accounts of his death. Matthew says he went out and hanged himself. The book of Acts says he fell headlong in a field he bought with his reward. His body burst open. While the details differ, the outcome is the same. A tragic end driven by overwhelming remorse. He tried to manipulate events to fit his own vision of a Messiah, and when that vision shattered, it destroyed him completely. So, what can we as believers take from this? Judas's story is not just a tale of a villain. It's a cautionary tale about the danger of trying to fit God into our own boxes. Judas had his own expectations for Jesus, and when Jesus didn't meet them, he rejected him. How often do we do the same? We pray for a specific outcome, and when it doesn't happen, we feel frustrated, let down, even betrayed by God. The story of Judas teaches us to seek Jesus for who he is, not for who we want him to be. It's a call to surrender our own plans, our own political hopes, and our own desires, and to trust in his divine wisdom, even when we don't understand it. It reminds us that his kingdom is far greater than any earthly one, and his ways are higher than our ways. It's a powerful lesson in humility and faith. What are your thoughts on this? Do you see Judas as a tragic figure or a simple villain? Let me know in the comments below. And also, tell me what story from the Bible you'd like us to explore next. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories you thought you knew.